Hey y'all, I'm back for my January 2021 reading wrap up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Books with Kimberly. Don't forget to like, comment, share my video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to get right into my January 2021 reading wrap up. Let's go. So in the month of January, I read a total of 6 books. The first book is The Sisters Are All Right, Changing the Broken Narrative of Black Women in America by Tamara Winfrey Harris. You guys should have already checked out the standalone review I did for this book. It was a 5-star read for me. I enjoyed every minute of it. This book goes into detail about the stereotypes that Black women have to face. I really love this book. It talked about so many topics, so many that I related to as a woman. It was just a reminder that we as Black women, even though we go through a lot, we are all right and we're going to continue to be all right. Next book is Deuces Wild by Christina C. Jones. This was a romantic read. This was one that I absolutely loved. Last month I read Ante Up, and Deuces Wild is the second book in the series, which goes into Ace. Ace was the security guard in the first book, and it was something about her character that really intrigued me, and I knew that I would love this second book just knowing that it was going to be all about her. And I think it was her character. She's this security guard to this very powerful family in Vegas. She's tough. She takes no crap from nobody. And so in this book, we get to see her trying to figure out who her sister is, where her sister is, and she needs the help of Detective Cree. And her and Detective Cree have this hateful relationship, but they don't like each other, but underneath it all, they want each other bad. And it's like when it finally happens, it was just sparks and it was hot, and I was here for all of it. There was also a lot of drama. It kind of gave me like urban romance feel because there was like crime, there was like human trafficking that they were trying to like get the people who run the human trafficking ring and bring them to justice, and it was a lot going on. And I love the relationship between Ace and Cree. It was believable. I didn't get my romantic dates and flowers, but they didn't have time for that. They was trying to like bring justice and like find her sister. It was a lot going on, so they didn't have time for dates. So that was a 5-star read for me. The next book was Legend Born by Tracy Dion. This is another book that I did a standalone review for. I gave this book 4 stars. And just a brief description of this book: the main character, Bree, she goes to early college after losing her mom, and on this college campus she discovers magic, and she discovers that she can do magic, and so she's trying to figure out what these powers mean. She's also trying to get into a secret society on campus that is based off of King Arthur and the Round Table. I gave this book 4 stars, and I go over everything about this book without spoilers and what I did and what I didn't like about this book. So y'all go check that out. It's Black YA. The author is Black, and I can't wait to read more YA fantasy from her. It was so exciting to read. So the 4th book I read in February was Fable by Adrienne Young. This book was really good. I didn't know what it was going to be about. I just kind of went off the cover, and it made me think this was going to be some good YA fantasy. The main character is Fable, and she grew up on a ship with her father. Her father is a trader. He's the most powerful trader in the Narrows. This is the sea, what they call wherever they at. Somewhere. I don't know. But when she's 14 years old, the ship gets wrecked, and her father rescues her, and they paddle boat to this island where he leaves her, and he's like, look, you have to survive on your own. And he goes back to the Narrows. And so she spends 4 years pillaging and looking for copper that she can get money for. And so when she gets enough money, she plans to get on a boat and get passage to the Narrows to reunite with her father so that she can work on one of his trading boats. And she's really trying to prove to her father, like, look, you left me on that island to die, but I survived. And so she gets into some trouble, and before she can raise all the money, she ends up having to hide out on the boat that is always trading with her. And she gets passage on the boat. And so the whole book, I'm trying to figure out like what's gonna happen when she sees her father. Like, are there gonna be sparks between her and the captain of the ship? It was just really, really cute. I give this book 4 stars. The reason I don't give it 5 stars is because I thought that I was gonna get some kind of fantasy, like it being out on the sea. I was waiting for some sea creatures, like some mermaids, some sirens. Like I wanted all that. Like I wanted almost the Little Mermaid. Like maybe she coming because she got the auburn hair. Like I thought sis was gonna jump in the water after like a shipwreck or something, and all of a sudden a fin comes out of nowhere. Like I was expecting fantasy. This is what I get for not reading descriptions though and judging books by their cover. But that's okay because I enjoyed it. There's gonna be a second book, and I'm actually gonna read that one. Maybe I'll get mermaids in that one. So the last 2 books that I read were books from my Delta, shout out to my sorors, my Delta book TBR. So if y'all saw that video, I talked about some of the books that I plan on reading, books that are authored by Delta. So I read 2 of those books this month. They were by Brenda Jackson, The Proposal and A Wife for a Westmoreland. Y'all, these books are so cute, and they just reminded me of reading Kimani romances with my mom when I was younger. I just loved them. The characters were so sweet and innocent, and you got these men, country men from Denver that got like farms and stuff and own property, and they got money, and it was just cute. And these little innocent girls with their little crushes, like, oh my god, Derringer, oh my god, Jason. In the first one, The Proposal, Bella inherits some land, and she comes on this land, and Jason Westmoreland, he's so sweet to her, and the 2 of them hit it off immediately. But her parents do not want her to stay in Denver, and so they remind her that in order for her to get her inheritance, she has to be married. Jason volunteers to marry her, and then maybe they'll get a divorce a year later. But of course, she wants more than just a 1-year relationship. So that one was really cute, as well as A Wife for a Westmoreland. Now this one, honey, Brenda brought the steaminess. I was not expecting that, and it came right in the beginning because Derringer is thrown off a horse, and Lucia comes by to check on him. She's been crushing on him since high school, and when she goes to check on him, honey, he is like, he don't know, he is out of it on his pain meds, don't know who she is, but he knows that he wants her. And it goes down, and he's trying to figure out who was this mystery woman who he had a little fun night with when he was out of it. And when he finds out it was Lucia, he changes his little bachelor ways around to get sweet little Miss Lucia. I think it was really, really cute. I give these books about 3-4 stars. I don't give them 5 all the way because my desires for a romantic book has changed a lot. You know, I like comedy in them. I like drama. I mean, some of the books I've been reading, like X has been coming out the woodwork, obsessive people, babies popping up. Like, you know, I like a little drama and messiness in my romance. I will say though that it was hard keeping up with all the Westmorelands. It's a lot, and she mentions them a lot in the book. Like, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so and this Westmoreland and that Westmoreland. And it can be a lot because you're trying to figure out who is this person to you. Like, I know y'all got the same last name, but how y'all can? It's just a lot. These books were good, and I enjoyed all the books that I read in January, and I cannot wait to tell y'all about the books I am reading this month. So y'all, happy reading, and thanks again for tuning in to another Books with Kimberly video.